Hey everyone, welcome back to the Visually Stunning Movie Podcast. I'm Mark. You're not used to looking at me, but here I am. Something a little different this time. I'm going to be speaking with John Macaluso, the founder and CEO of Fandemic Tour, which is one of the more recent additions to the Comic-Con circuit. A couple of events under their belt in Houston and I believe Sacramento.
Correct.
If I'm not mistaken. Before that, real quick, you spent some time with Wizard, who has a very successful chain of events. And I know you left. What got you back into cons, and what do you think you learned from your time at Wizard that you're bringing to Fandemic?
Well, first of all, thank you for having me on your show.
No problem.
I see why it's called Visually Stunning as I'm looking at you. There we go. I learned everything at Wizard. I knew nothing about the event business 9 years ago. So going and becoming the CEO in 2011, to me, it's like inviting people into your house. How do you entertain them? How do you show them a good time? How do you make sure that they're having a good time? How do you take care of all the problems and the issues? So to me, it was really a very natural, very comfortable fit.
And are you trying to bring that same feel to Fandemic?
Absolutely. I don't know if you know, but our motto and our mantra is take care of the fan, take care of the fan, and take care of the fan.
Those are my three favorite things to have happen at conventions. In 2017, you had planned on having the inaugural event in Houston. Why Houston? And how disappointed were you that it didn't happen because of Hurricane Harvey?
Well, first of all, we're only weeks away from the event. But let me backtrack a little bit. Houston's going to be number 3 on the next census report. So that means there's going to be over 9 million people in Houston. They have one fantastic show already, Comicpalooza. And when you talk about a city with 9 million people, there's room for more than one show. I've got the utmost respect for Comicpalooza. And if I'm far enough away from them on the front side and the back side, quite frankly, we should only try and help each other. So the Fandemic show, to me, it was a pretty easy call. The NRG Center was so accommodating to me about coming to Houston that it just really made it a very easy decision. There are other cities out there that are so saturated with comic conventions that Houston was a natural fit. And when I actually made my first trip to Houston, I loved it. I thought the people were great. Went to a ball game. And I've had a couple of very good friends that live there, Sean Patrick Flannery and Jason David Frank, who I met, quite frankly, from Wizard. So I love the city. I go back to the city all the time. And doing the show there was a very easy, natural, comfortable fit for me.
How was the Hurricane Harvey fall? How did you guys handle that? I know because the city that's been well publicized how Houston handled that whole event. What did you guys do? What did you pull? What did you do? How did that whole thing affect you guys?
So as badly as we felt for the entire city, it gave us a lot of credibility with all of the fans, the convention center, all of the people that helped us build the show in 2017. So we returned everyone's money the second that we knew that the NRG Center was not going to reopen because it was an evacuee center. So right there was credibility with our company. There was a convention there before us that kind of blew it for the NRG Center. The name is not even important. I'm sure everyone knows who I'm talking about.
I believe I do. I believe I was there.
Right.
So let's just say.
So I was looking for the right city. I was looking for the right space. And when that other company was done, it just opened up naturally for me to go in there with my team and my crew, who are the best in the industry, and start an event.
And yeah, the fact that NRG was able to accommodate all the refugees and help you do
You know, we lost a lot of money, or I lost a lot of money. To be quite honest with you, all the fans got their money back. NRG, they returned every single penny that I had as a down payment. The hotels returned all the money to me. We lost money with airfares and all the PR and all the interview and all the things, all the flyers and the things that we did in terms of promoting an event. But you know what? It happens. Stuff just happens.
It does, and I'll tell you right now. I'll say it right now from a fan. Thank you. I had tickets to that show. I was lucky enough to get my hotel back and my airfare back, and you guys were great. It was very fast. So, from a fan standpoint, you definitely did that one right.
You know, I will tell you, and I'm glad that you brought that up. There's so many promoters that are not legitimate. And again, I don't need to name anybody because I'm going to guess you know exactly out there who I'm talking about. I've always been a stand-up guy. That's the way that I operate. And the fact that we actually got to prove it, unfortunately, at the expense of a hurricane, was you know, good for the show, good for us, good for the show. And you know, we're glad to see Houston recovering.
100%. So last year, while Houston didn't get to be the inaugural Fandemic, you did manage to get a show off last year. Mother Nature cooperated. But the big thing about last year was that you had booked Sebastian Stan. And due to scheduling, he had to cancel. But SebCon happened. Okay, explain what happened and what you guys did, because I promise nobody out there will have ever seen or heard anything like this.
Well, it's the truth. It's never been done before. The fact that we were able to pull it off in 8 days was a miracle. So I get a phone call from Sebastian. He goes, "John, I just have to tell you that I'm very, very upset. I got this great opportunity to go do this movie in Greece. I cannot make it to your show." First, it was from his manager. And I said, "Okay, give me a minute. Let's think about this." I called up NRG. I asked them if they would cooperate with us and let us do a one-day show. We obviously reduced the size of the hall, and anybody that had a Sebastian Platinum, VIP, any type of Sebastian photograph or autograph, we talked. Listen, Sebastian was amazing. He put up a great video. He went out of his way to come to Houston, and we did a one-day SebCon. And it turned out to be another one of those experiences that makes us like the legitimate guys in town, that we were able to pull that off. And Sebastian, the fans, it was just an amazing experience. And we loved doing it. We're happy that we did it so much that Sebastian's coming back again this year.
I saw that, and actually, again, as a fan, let me just say, I saw that you added more Sunday autographs for him, which is great because I had forgotten to buy one.
Great.
So I had to jump on and grab one before they were gone again. But yeah, a one-day convention for one celebrity, that's unprecedented.
I think it was the 8th or the 9th of August last year. I was on vacation with my wife and my 5 kids. It was my birthday when I got this news, and the rest of the vacation had nothing to do with vacation. It all had to do with SebCon. I had to leave my family. We did the show. We went. Sebastian and I flew back together. Commercial. Let me just say that. And he's really a delightful, wonderful young man.
I can't wait to actually talk to him for a second in the autograph line. So speaking of him coming back, the show this year is October 18th, 19th, and 20th.
Yes.
At the NRG Center. You've got a really good lineup right now. I mean, you've got Sebastian Stan back. You have Milo Ventimiglia, John Barenthal, Becky Lynch. If you're a WWE fan, you've got Sean Astin, Summer Glau, Tom Hopper from Umbrella. I mean, you have a really nice lineup. Is this it? You still have a few.
I've got offers out there for some people that I won't even tell you. Actually, let me just check my computer and see if anything has come back since I've been on. I'm still waiting on a couple of different things that I won't tell you about, because if they don't happen, too many of these celebrities today have so much filming schedules, getting off of filming runs at late into the night. They miss their flights. It's really turned out to be very difficult. You know, when I first started in the industry, and when the industry first started, it was really the D-listers that came to these conventions. Today, when you look at people's lineups, and there are some great lineups out there, it's A-listers, it's B-listers, they're really quality actors and actresses that you go to the movies today. You go to Netflix, and you go to Hulu, and you go to Apple TV because you want to see the shows that they're on.
Absolutely. What can fans expect?
I don't think we don't have any D-listers, because I would not say that any of my guests have been D-listers. And I will tell you, I have made over the last 9 years a Rolodex of friends. For those of you who don't know what a Rolodex is, it's when you go to your phone and you go A, B, and C, A, B, C, and D.
I remember the Rolodex.
I don't know what Rolodexes are. I have made so many good friends. I am really blessed to be able to do what I do.
What can fans expect this October?
Listen, we try and give you diversity. You know, there's 4 other Comic-Cons, or I don't even know if you're allowed to use that word anymore, but there's 4 other shows. There's another one in Dallas, there's one in Baltimore, there's one in Columbus. So we're going to try and give you great programming. We're going to try and give you great exhibitors. We have a very beautiful list of artists. We have great celebrities coming. There's going to be gaming on the floor. There's going to be a whole kids area on the floor. So there's some new things that we're trying to bring to the event. There's a costume contest. So it's hopefully we're going to give you a really terrific, great run event.
Yeah, and for the record, I don't think you could say Comic-Con. I'm up here in Salt Lake, and that's kind of our fault. So, but not really.
Well, I would say yes. Yeah. And by the way, the guys from Salt Lake, who are very, very dear friends of mine, I wish them luck. I wish San Diego luck. I'm the firm believer in we should all try and work together. All of us promoters, if we work together, we can make this industry better.
The fans do not disagree with you. Let's put it that way. The fans they want everyone to succeed, because in the end they have a better time, and that's what the fan is looking for, is to have a good time.
Too many people have too many egos, and there's too much paranoia. Everyone should just drop it, and let's all work together and try and help each other.
Absolutely.
So, Macaluso, if you hear that, send me your email address. Addresses, we would appreciate it.
How do you decide who you want to invite for any given event?
First of all, availability. You know, if Chris Evans was available, hopefully.
You'd invite him?
Absolutely. You know, my friend Chris Hemsworth is going to another show the week before, and he just can't be away from his family for that long. So there's a lot of, listen, we want to get every big celebrity out there that the fans want to see. There's a reason why people are spending the fans are spending billions of dollars on going to movies.
Yep.
We may have a couple surprises up our sleeves. We're going to do our best to get the ones that I'm hoping for. If not, we really have a really good lineup already, and I'm thrilled with who we have.
And you should be. I think it's a really great lineup. Getting ready to wind it up. Let me just ask you, if you stepped back and you were a fan, and as an organizer, but who's your unicorn guest that you haven't gotten yet? Who's that guest that you just haven't been able to book, that's out there that you're like, I want this one really bad?
The guys from Breaking Bad would be unbelievable. Bryan Cranston and Aaron Paul would be unbelievable. We've made multiple offers. Harrison Ford would be like Robert Downey would be it. Not that
Everyone says that. Everyone's like, yes, please.
I've met them. I've met them at at events and stuff out. But to get them as a fan, I mean, Robert Downey would just be like stupid. I mean, Harrison Ford would be ridiculous. So I had lunch with them. Now, I never met the man before I started, but I had lunch the other day with Bill Shatner. He is what's turned out to be a very dear friend of mine. And the first time I ever met Bill was at a show that we were doing. He was sitting in the photo op room. He goes, "Kid, come here." And he goes, "Listen, you're doing this wrong, this wrong, this wrong, this wrong, this wrong, this wrong." And I said, "Okay, Mr. Shatner."
Whatever you say.
The next day, everything was fixed. He goes, "Kid, you're going to be okay in this business." And Bill and I have probably at every single show that he's ever been to of mine, we've had dinner together. And he's really a great guy. But my all-time greatest guest that I ever met at one of my shows, besides the guys that everyone know, like when you meet Chris Hemsworth and Chris Evans and Jeremy Renner and all of those guys, was Burt Reynolds.
That would have been great. That would have been fantastic. To meet Burt.
Meeting Burt was really that was cool.
Oh yeah, yes. He never went out of style ever. So after Houston, what's next? What's the next city? Where are we going next?
Oh yeah.
Ooh.
We have offers out there to different cities that there are some pretty big shows that we think that we could give the fans another show because there's only one. You could probably think of the cities, off the top of your head. So
I know two. I travel a little bit, so I know a couple that have one that probably could support.
The truth of the matter is that if I only did one city and we were able to build this into something really special, I'd be okay with that.
There's nothing wrong with that at all. Nothing wrong with that at all. Quality over quantity. That's definitely the way to go. Well, I want to take. I want to thank you again for taking the time to talk to me. I will see you down there.
Great. And
we're 6 weeks or so, I guess at this point. It feels 10 weeks. I am so far behind. I don't even know what month it is at this point.
It's for you, 42 days.
42 days. Oh my goodness. Well, I'm prepping for another event right now.
Okay.
So, which is coming up fast. But yeah, I will definitely see you down there. I look forward to seeing the next city. Yeah, if you want to, I'll definitely keep in touch and talk about that one too.
And by the way, if you want to call me, Skype me again for anything, just Skype away and we'll talk again.
Absolutely. I appreciate the offer. So everybody, John Macaluso, thanks for taking the time. If you're in the Houston area, definitely consider checking it out. October 18, 19, 20.
Fandemictour.com. Even if you're not in the Houston area, who's ever listening.
Like this guy.
We want to see you.
Absolutely. It should be a great time. So thank you very much, everyone. We will talk to you all later.